Hello all, welcome back. We have been talking about the assessment of total uncertainty in the final result, and today we are going to talk about the power factor. And let's say that you have to calculate the volume of a sphere, and you know that the formula for calculating the volume of a sphere is V is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. Now let's say that you have calculated the radius of the sphere using a vernier calipers, and let's say that the radius that you have calculated is 2.25 centimeters plus minus 0.01 centimeters. Now you know that from our previous discussions that this is the measurement that you have taken using the vernier calipers, and this is the least count of the vernier calipers, or you can say that it is the absolute uncertainty in your measurement. Now in this case you have your measurement of r and you have the uncertainty in r, your radius of the sphere, but you don't have the uncertainty in your volume. So that's the question, how are we going to calculate the uncertainty in this case when the radius has a power factor. So in this case the rule says that first of all you will have to calculate the percentage uncertainty in volume. The rule says that the percentage uncertainty in volume in any formula that you are calculating is equal to the power factor multiplied by percentage uncertainty in R in this case. So here we can see that the power factor involved in our formula is here 3, but we do not know the percentage uncertainty in radius. We know the absolute uncertainty, but we do not know the percentage uncertainty. So it means that the flow of our work will be like this. First I will calculate the percentage uncertainty in R, and then I will multiply it with 3 to get the percentage uncertainty in volume, and then I will switch back and convert the percentage uncertainty in volume to absolute uncertainty in the volume. So let's do this. So let's first calculate the percentage uncertainty in the radius of the sphere, and from the previous discussions we know that the percentage uncertainty in radius is equal to the least count or the absolute uncertainty in the vernier calipers divided by the measurement multiplied by 100. So the percentage uncertainty in the radius comes out as 0.4%. Now using the rule that percentage uncertainty in the volume is equal to the power factor multiplied by the percentage uncertainty in R, we get the percentage uncertainty in volume as 3 into 0.4%, which comes out to be 1.2%. So now at this stage I have the percentage uncertainty in volume. So we need to convert it back to the actual uncertainty in volume. So let's do that. Uncertainty in volume is equal to, what's the formula for that? The formula is the percentage uncertainty in volume divided by 100 multiplied by measured value of volume, but we haven't calculated the measured value of volume yet. So actually first let's quickly calculate the measured value of volume, and how can we do that? Simply by V is equal to 4 by 3 pi, and what is the value of R? 2.25 cube, and pi here is 3.14. So the result is going to be 47.689 centimeter cube. Since the radius was in centimeters, so the volume is in centimeter cube. Now from the significant figures lecture, you know that in any kind of manipulations like this, the number of significant figures in the final result cannot exceed the number of significant figures in the actual measurement. So the number of significant figures that we can retain in volume are 3, just as in radius. So the volume can be written as 47.7 centimeter cube. Now that we have the measured value of volume, let's plug it here. The percentage uncertainty in volume is 1.2% divided by 100 and multiplied by the measured value of volume. And so the uncertainty in volume comes out as 0.5724. Now we need to combine the measured value of volume and the uncertainty in volume that we have calculated. So let's try to write it together. So the value of volume is now 47.7 plus minus 0.5724 centimeter cube. But you can see that there is only one decimal place in the measured value of volume. So the uncertainty in volume should also have only one decimal place. So I can reduce it using rounding of rules to 0.6 centimeter cube. So now I can combine the uncertainty and the measured value of volume to get the final result as my volume is 47.7 plus minus 0.6 centimeter cube. And this is your final result. So that's all for the rule of power factor, and if you understood this lesson, please leave a thumbs up, and if you have any questions you can leave them in the comments section below. And next we are going to talk about the assessment of total uncertainty in the averaging case. So see you in the next lesson.